This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Ah, yes. Good morning. We are ready to rock and roll on a Friday. It is here. You made it for the weekend. It's a beautiful thing. The rain is also here, and we are here at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. We'll be out here for a couple of hours like we are every Friday. So if you want to get out of the rain, come on over, hang out with us here over the next couple of hours, maybe get a great deal on a new automobile. You got to check out that NSX that they've got in the lobby. That thing is just sick, man. That thing alone is worth the drive over here, man. I'm sure the Heat is hoping that Andre Iguodala can perform at the level of that NSX that we have here in the lobby at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. But anyway, we'll be out here having some fun. We'll be taking your questions here on the chat board on YouTube. Of course, we'll take your comments and questions and complaints on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. So we got a bunch of, man, there's so much to talk about. We got a loaded show in the afternoon at Hialeah Park. We've got all kinds of guests, as always, at Hialeah Park. And I've got so many subjects that I want to get to today on the program. The day after the Heat made their move. And, you know, we talked a lot about the Andre Iguodala pickup and the Jay Crowder one because I think those are the two main. Well, Solomon, you know, he's going to be at the end of the bench. He'll, you know, just one of those things. It's just, hey, dude, you're
mop up duty.
Yeah, you're hanging out for half a season. Hope you enjoy South Beach and all that good stuff. That's it, you know. So you know, good. Hey, listen, Solomon Hill, you know, he gets to hang out here for a while. It's not too bad for him. You know what I'm saying? He wins that he gets to hang out here in South Beach for a little bit. So we're looking forward to those additions to the team. Jay Crowder, I think, is going to be an exceptional guy off the bench. Iguodala should be able to help out defensively, should help out with leadership. And again, not a guy that's there to carry you. A guy that's there to be a very important complementary player to this basketball team. That's what he's going to be. And, you know, a guy that with his experience, young guys can kind of ask him questions about how to handle certain situations, and he's going to provide a lot of that leadership. So I think it's really, really cool. And we were kind of, you know, we got off the air at 3 right when the deadline was over, and the Gallinari trade did not go through. You know, there could have been a little hope after 3 if they came in late and then it comes out, but it didn't happen. And Adrian Wojnarowski, of course, Woj, obviously the man, the myth, the legend, that is the best reporter in the NBA. Maybe the best sports reporter overall, because the guy is so perfect, too, on top of all of that. He doesn't drop a Woj bomb that's wrong, actually. You know, other reporters can throw stuff out that over time they've gotten some stuff wrong, but this guy never gets anything wrong. I mean, he is just absolutely the best of the best when you talk about breaking stories. And Woj was on, of course, ESPN, breaking down the Gallinari trade, basically telling you why the Miami Heat and Gallinari did not end up together.
Iguodala agreed to that 2-year, $30 million extension with a team option on the second year that kept financial flexibility in Miami for summer 2021, when if Giannis Antetokounmpo is a free agent, they'll be one of the teams trying to compete for him. Miami wanted to keep cap space in 21. Danilo Gallinari was allowed to talk with, and his reps were allowed to talk with Miami on a contract extension. When they couldn't reach agreement on an extension, it limited how much Miami was willing to offer Oklahoma City in the trade for Gallinari. You know, how much you're going to offer versus a player you have under contract for a couple more years versus a player who had just been a rental for the last couple months because Gallo becomes a free agent this summer. And in the end, it wasn't enough for OKC to do that deal. And so now Gallo goes into free agency. And Oklahoma City has him for the rest of the year on a team, that I think that's really overachieved and probably made Billy Donovan a Coach of the Year candidate.
Hey, discipline, baby. Discipline. The Heat, the last couple of years, they lost their discipline. They signed players who didn't have discipline. Right? I mean, it was kind of a lack of discipline all the way around. Riley did not stick to his plan that was working for 20 years. Get the right guys. Get the guys that have the attitude, the dedication, the work ethic, all of that, right? Whiteside, Dion Waiters. You did not sign two guys that had that kind of work ethic. And then you gave contracts to guys that are journeymen like James Johnson and a terrible contract to a young player that you really did not have to hold on to in Tyler Johnson. They lack discipline. And then that lack of discipline put them in a hole that they had no flexibility. Damn, that wasn't going to happen again. That was not going to happen again. And Riley said, no, I'm staying here. No. Yes, I want to acquire Andre Iguodala, but Andre, we need you to agree to this kind of a deal because we've got to maintain our flexibility. And whether OKC didn't think they had enough compensation, whether, the player didn't think the contract was, whatever was going on in the end, Miami showed the discipline of not giving up any of their young guys, not giving up future cap space, keeping yourself flexible for 2021. Look, I don't think they're going to get Giannis, but you never know with Riley. Giannis looks like he's happy in Milwaukee. I mean, the way he the way he loves his guys and his team. And I mean, I heard him yesterday talking about we're the best team in the NBA, and I love going to battle with these guys, and I like where we're at, and all that good stuff. And he looks like he's married to that place. That it's going to take, a shortage of beer and brats to leave Milwaukee. And last time I checked, right, there's no shortage in Milwaukee of beer and brats.
You forgot about the cheese factor as well, sir.
Yes. Eliminate the cheese, the brats, and the beer.
Have you ever been up there, man?
No, never been there.
Dude, what a cool place. Like, there was this place that was all apple, and they had the orchard, and everything in the restaurant was from their orchard.
What the hell were you doing in Milwaukee, by the way?
Girlfriend back in the day from Royal Caribbean. She was from Racine, Wisconsin. I bought my first Walter Payton jersey up there, Green Bay.
Okay. When you in Racine?
Yes, in Racine, Wisconsin.
Did you go see the girls play some baseball?
No, I did not.
Yeah, maybe Madonna was in town, playing
I'll tell you
baseball.
what I did do.
Maybe Rosie O'Donnell was screaming at you from third base.
Stevie Ray Vaughan had passed recently, and it was about 45 minutes, an hour away. So I drove to that area where he passed away.
Okay.
Yeah, jamming the Stevie Ray on the cassette.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, man.
Cassette back in those days. So, you look at the discipline that the Heat showed. I'm sure Bill had no discipline when he was in Milwaukee, eating lots of brats and drinking lots of beer. Maybe even dabbling in a little bit of cheese, too.
You are 100% correct, sir.
Yeah, of course. We'd all be guilty of the same thing. And so that's the thing that you get out of this, that they learned their lesson. And they are doing what they did in 08 and 09 in a way, but maybe at a larger scale now, because this is a better team than the 08, 09 teams, because it was really Wade and a bunch of guys. And you would get to the playoffs, but really, Rasul Butler and the boys weren't going to really put you over the top and all that, and rest in peace, Rasul. So you look at this team, obviously this is a much better team. They've got a better opportunity at making a little bit of a run in the Eastern Conference, possibly even if everything goes well, maybe you even get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And in the process, you're keeping yourself and your options open for 2021. Because you think about it, let's just dream, okay? You left yourself open. Giannis does get pissed. They stop making beer in Milwaukee, so he leaves. And he comes to Miami, and we've got a lot of IPAs all over the place, so he's really happy. So all of a sudden, you've got Giannis, you've got Jimmy Butler, you've got Bam Adebayo, you've got Tyler Hero, you've got Duncan Robinson, you got maybe even an improved Carlos Silva at that time. You've got Kendrick Nunn. Team would look really damn good at this point. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta like that scenario for the Miami Heat because you add Giannis, and if you add Giannis in 2 years, Butler becomes your third best player because Bam would have surpassed him by then. And Tyler will be your better offensive option over Butler 2 years from now. And Butler can kind of just handle the leadership role, play some defense, kind of settle in a little bit more as the veteran leader, UD-like guy. Because, hey, 2 years from now, come on, man, he's 33. The skills have to decline because, that's just the way it is. All of our skills decline as we get older. You know what I'm saying? But just the dream of keeping that position open. And here's the thing. Bam's continued improvement. I mean, I don't know if you caught – I'm not really talking too much about the stupid All-Star game. I'm pretty fair about this. I don't care about football All-Star, and I don't talk about it. I don't care about basketball. I don't care about hockey. Baseball's the only one that I like, and it's even to a lesser extent nowadays because of the way they play baseball. But outside of that, I'm pretty consistent. But it was pretty cool about Giannis did you hear him when he selected Bam? He said, I got to pick somebody that's going to play hard like me because I play hard all the time. I'm going to pick Bam Adebayo. And that's, the Jet was like, wow, that's respect. And that's what Bam has earned in this league already. So think about it. One more year next year under his belt, and then you go into 2021, he's a top all-star now. Now's Giannis looking at it going, hey, this guy's a badass. I want to play with that guy. That guy's a badass. That's why I picked him on my all-star team 2 years ago. He probably will pick him next year too because he'll probably be the guy doing it again. So that bond, here's what I would say to Bam Adebayo when he gets to the All-Star game. Yo, my brother, let's go. Work it. Buy him every meal. Hang out with him. Become real good friends with Giannis. Hey, Miami's awesome, dude. We got beaches. You don't have them in Milwaukee. We got the IPAs. You don't need that beer there. We got South Beach. We got it all down here. Come on, Giannis. Come on, baby. You can hang out with David Beckham. You're probably a soccer guy. We're going to have the most international team in the MLS in town. Milwaukee doesn't have a soccer team. Come on down, Giannis.
You already got the script for Bam set up and ready to go.
I'm ready to go. I want to assist Bam on this. I mean, you know how agents prep their players for the draft? Okay, this is what they're going to ask you. These are the drills you're going to run. So this is what you're going to practice. So they're like robots by the time the teams get to the combine, and they have been programmed exactly what to say. And NFL teams are so frustrated that they're trying to break through the robot, right? We need to do that to Bam. We need to program his ass that when he gets to the All-Star game, he's ready to roll. He's got it all. Okay? I mean, we're talking limos. We're talking everything. Like, yo, Giannis, don't worry. I got you covered, bro. And there's a limo waiting for you outside to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everything has got to be set.
Full court press, like going and approaching the NFL to get the Super Bowl. A full court press of promotion of Miami.
Bam. Okay. Andy Ellisberg, Pat Riley. This has no cap implications. Send Bam Adebayo with a Greek chef to the All-Star game. All right? Make them gyros. Make them whatever. Make them happy. That's it. I want to read stories about Bam Adebayo bonding with Giannis Antetokounmpo. All right? Bam and the Freak. Freak and the Bam. Whatever. All right? I love this. This is what we got to do. Are you with me out there? We got to set them up. That way we can, you got to throw the chum in the water, the bait, and reel them in. Got to reel that big freak in, not a fish, but a freak. I mean, think about it. They don't even know up there. They can actually play a little corn. Freak on a leash. Freak in Miami. We'll bring in corn to perform the song, but it won't be called Freak on a Leash. We'll call it Freak in Miami. What do you think? Corn changing kind of lyrics, Freak in Miami?
If it would get that guy here at the 305,
hey,
I don't care what we got to do.
Yeah, let's do it.
Wow.
Let's do it.
Did you see some of the moves he made last night?
I know.
He made Embiid look
silly.
like he wasn't moving. He was like a brick.
When he
there.
came at him and did that spin move and just laid it up, it was like, and I love John Anderson because he goes, well, he can do that. He can lay it up 8 feet away from the basket because he's that long, and John Anderson does a really good job with the highlights. He's one of those guys that's got the funny liners while he's doing it. So he entertains you, makes you smile while you're watching some great highlights.
The only thing I think Bam's going to have to get a wedge in there because his buddy Middleton is there at the All-Star game with him. And he's got to kind of, wedge it. You know what I'm saying?
Wedge it. Yes. I got you. I
love your plan of attack, though. That's you know what? Our big three hooked up in the Olympics, hanging out and blah, and this is a perfect opportunity to lay the groundwork to pull that guy to the 305.
That's right.
Ideal.
And remember, Butler's there too. Butler and Bam are on Greek's team.
Double team them.
So this has to be like a Malachi crunch of, recruiting. Has to go on here in the All-Star game. This is the full court press of making sure that you get Giannis Antetokounmpo to sign with the Miami Heat in 2021.
I got it. One bumps Middleton out of the way. The other one gets his ear.
Yes. There you go. I like it. I mean, that's what you've got to do. It's the only way. And you got to prep. And who knows, you might have 2 opportunities because you prime them this year, and then next year, we all know that, of course, Bam and Jimmy will make the All-Star game again, right? Hopefully we'll sneak in, like Nunn or Robinson. Now, remember, Robinson's there for the three-point contest. So he can come by and say, hey, Giannis, have you met our hot three-point shooter? This is the guy you want to pass to down in Miami. And so there you go. And then Kendrick Nunn is in the futures game. So he comes by, hey, Giannis, I want you to meet this kid. There's another guy you're going to pass to in Miami.
Jones Jr. We could do a quad attack on him at the All-Star game.
That's it.
We got the quad attack.
We got a freak and a dunk. There you go. Giannis, this is the guy you're going to be throwing alley-oops to. It's just all these kind of things all over, coming at all angles at the freak. That's what we got to do, man. And then Giannis is like, wow, I don't have that many teammates here. Damn.
We walk away with the slam dunk contest, win the 3-point.
That's it.
And just hammer him all weekend with those 4 guys.
Bam wins MVP of the All-Star game. That's it. It's going to happen. And Freak will go, well, wait a minute. I think I got to go to Miami. Be interesting.
The All-Star game should be all about planting these seeds, man.
Yeah, should be. It definitely should be. And that's the plan, Stan. So, Bam, pressure is on you. You must bring us the prize. Jimmy Butler, pressure's on you, my man. That's why they brought you here. So you could try to lure somebody else. Well, there you go. It's time to lure the freak. And All-Star Weekend is the first opportunity you get to put that love on display for the Freak. There you go. What do we got here on the chat board already? Ian from Brooklyn, John Lotufo, Flipside Fishing, Alex Rowe, Ty in the Bronx. Good morning to all of you and everybody watching on YouTube. Don't forget to give us the thumbs up while you're watching. Every time you watch, give us the thumbs up.
Good morning, all.
Yes. A very good morning today. We had a really good day yesterday, really long day, but it was a really one of my better days.
Wait a minute. You thought yesterday was the day before that was longer, remember?
Was it?
Yeah, it was 4.5. Yesterday we actually were.
No, dude. My days are ending at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, you're not talking about the show.
I'm talking about working from 7 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night. That's what I'm talking about, because I'm like saguafair. I'm everywhere.
I was only factoring in time in front of the mic.
Yeah,
man.
no.
Sorry about that, bud.
Yeah, I wish work was only the time in front of the mic.
I'm cutting you short, though.
You know how many times I've had people walk up to me and say, dude, you got a great job. Because, I mean, you work for 2, 3, 4 hours a day. And I look at them like, okay, so I'm supposed to sit so you think I just open the mic and I can talk for 3 or 4 hours without doing any kind of prep whatsoever? You know, I love that one. That's the fantastic. Like, all this stuff is going to come out of my head without looking at anything, reading anything whatsoever, not researching, nothing whatsoever. Like, I prep more hours than I do I'm on the air. You know what I mean? But it's just one of those things. It's really and I get it all the time. Like, all the time. People think they think radio hosts are magicians, and like all the subjects, like my head is a computer, right? And I've got a USB port inside my drum, right? And so what I do is I plug it in, somebody shoves the info in there in 3 seconds, and then I open up the mic and I've got material for 4 hours. So I can talk. And by the way, the shows we do now, oh my Lord, you need legit material, and you need to be able to talk for a long time in order to be able to do this show nowadays, okay? Because this is the kind of show that people want now. They don't want you to talk for 8 minutes and then go for an 8-minute commercial break and then come back for 10 minutes and let's go for another 8-minute commercial break and then come back, for another 10 minutes, and here you go, another 8 or 9 minute commercial break, because we got to sneak in an extra, update or traffic report. People are tired of that, and I get it. So they want to hear podcasting. They want to hear shows that are actually giving you more substance and less commercials, because that's what you do at home. At home, you go and you watch your TV shows and speed through all the commercials on your DVR, or you watch it on Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime, or Disney Plus, and there are no commercials, and you just watch it all the way through. That's the world we're in, man. It's funny because we used to say, well, soccer, how the hell do they get the commercials in, and how all this and that? We've all gravitated to that kind of watching for our habits. We want less and less breaks.
ESPN during their show does a little 5-second papa.
Right, they have to.
They even do it. The news.
Right, they have to. Yeah. Because it's the
While
world,
you're saying this, I'm sitting here thinking,
the world has changed.
I don't even watch live sports live. I wait a half an hour, 45 minutes, let it run out there, and reel it back in and run through the commercials.
Yeah, I
don't even watch it live.
I'm down to sports and news as the only things that I catch live. That's it. And news, I can catch it also recorded a lot of times. A lot of times I'll do what actually Bill does on sports, like I'll join it at 11:15. And then that way I know I'm going to watch, because the newscast is really 15 minutes, 15, 16 minutes, 14 minutes of it is commercials. So all you got to do is watch, let it go for 15 minutes and you'll watch the half hour, boom, like that. But that's the way things are. You know what I mean?
You know what? They've done it to them. The ratio of show to commercial, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, but That's why on demand has become a demand, And look, we see it every day in our downloads where we have a 25-30% increase every single month. I was meeting with somebody yesterday, and I showed him, our downloads every month, and he's like, "Holy crap!" And it's because the more and more people find out about this, they're like, "Okay, well, I don't need to go back to radio. I'm getting everything here, and I don't have to deal with." Yeah, we have a couple commercials, but we don't bombard you with 400 minutes of commercials. And sometimes I got to go take a break, so we'll have the big old theme song running for a couple minutes here. But hey, you got
to be able to last for 4 hours, brother.
Yeah. And today's 5 hours. Today's 5 hours of talk. I mean, I've talked for 27 straight minutes. That's already practically an hour of programming in regular radio. Because you do about 30, 32 minutes in an hour. The rest is commercials, So, yeah, it's all changed. It definitely has all changed, man. 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the program. If you don't mind, I take a little sip here. And chill out.
That's way shorter than a commercial, man. You can do that all day.
Yes, and we do want to remind you that the program is proudly brought to you by EJD Construction. And let me tell you, if you're looking for major home remodeling or custom home construction, please call Eric. I promise you, nobody's going to do better work. Their work is impeccable. The communication is second to none. They do shell construction in-house. That's how they keep the cost down, folks. Call them right now. I'm going to give you the owner's personal cell number, and you can call him right now. He'll answer the phone. Call him later on. Call him on Saturday, 305-318-4978. Whatever you want to do around the house, your business, they can do it at EJD Construction, and tell them that Big O sent you. Very important you tell them that we sent you. 305-318-4978 for EJD Construction.
I'm trying to get back to the fun, Joe.
Plus tax, tech title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit. Offers end 11/10/19. Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $12,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SET, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Act now. Home values are ticking up. Don't put off making a move any longer. Call Michael Kodzie now at Choice Mortgage Bank, 561-441-2730, while mortgage interest rates are still at historical lows. Call now to get pre-approved and buy your dream home. If you're currently paying over $800 a month for rent, call 561-441-2730 now before interest rates go up. Down payments as low as 3.5%. Veterans may qualify for no money down. If you own a home, but you're upside down, Michael Kodzie can help. If you're being denied by your bank or your loan process is taking too long, call 561-441-2730. Act now while fixed rates are still under 3.5%. Offices in Boca and Boynton Beach. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS 122081.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Headlining the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All right, we are back here at beautiful Craig's Inns, Acura of Pembroke Pines. We'll be out here for a couple of hours, so come on by and say hi. Later on in the afternoon, of course, on Fridays, we do 2 shows. Yes, we're nutbags. We are crazy. We do a Hialeah Park from 1 to 4 p.m., so if you're in the Hialeah area, come on by and say hi.
And have an amazing lunch.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Yes, yes.
I will say this, with the rain today, got to be honest with you, no sun in my face when I'm setting up, no heat, little cool.
Oh, it feels great, man.
If it wasn't raining, it would be awesome.
Feels great. Feels great. Feels great. I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow when we're over at what's it called?
FanFest with the
Marlins.
Marlins. Yep.
We'll be on tomorrow, 3 to 7. Well, about 3 to 6 something. And we're going to have about 4 players, and either Mattingly or Mike Hill will be joining us. So we'll do a little Marlins tomorrow. If you're going out to Marlins Fan Fest, hey, come on out and say hi. We'll be out in the plaza. We'll have our big, beautiful tent out there all set up. And we'll be out there rocking and rolling, man. So we would love to meet you guys out there and have some fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun talking to the players and the manager. And, you know, I'm looking forward to baseball. I know that I don't expect much from them because they're still in this rebuild mode and all that. But, you know, it's look, here's where I give them a lot of credit. I told you this the other day. We reached out to them about, hey, you know, covering the event. We extended the olive branch, right? And I wanted to test the waters because this is a new group. I want to see how they handle things. Because I know if I would have called Loria and Robach, those idiots, forget it. They would have turned us down. But these guys have been phenomenal, and they've opened it up, and they've understood and all that. So, you know what? You want to work with us, then I'm going to work with you for sure. And I think it's a really cool thing. So at least it's nice to see that so far, at least from what I see, this Marlins group actually gets it a little more than the other one. A lot more, actually, because they would have never actually invited us over. And we're going to go out for some of the games, too. Oh, and by the way, we're also going to another team, too. But I can't get into that now. But anyway, so, yeah. So all of that we're working on. So yesterday, the Miami Heat made an amazing move. They got rid of 3 contracts that we never thought that they would be able to get rid of. In Dion Waiters, in James Johnson, I mean, these are two contracts, right? Not three. Did I say three? It's two, right?
Yeah.
It's two. So James Johnson and Dion Waiters, you got rid of those deals that you were dying to get rid of, right? And so, and Winslow, I'm sorry. Winslow's not a terrible contract, but it was becoming a terrible contract because the guy can't stay healthy, right? So you got rid of two terrible contracts and one that was becoming a burden, let's be honest. And again, you don't need Winslow. It's proven, look, you're winning all these games without him. You're a really good team without him. Like I told you, Derek Jones Jr. has done a lot of the things he used to do, and you don't need him. Now you added Jay Crowder. You definitely don't need him at all. But here's the thing about Riley. Riley once unloaded the contracts of Eddie Jones and Brian Grant when they were also burdens at that time because they needed that cap space. Riley has done this kind of stuff over the years where he gets rid of players that you never thought he would be able to get rid of. And he finds somebody to take Whiteside. I was kind of thinking about this. You think maybe Riley can get into another business? Like, he can really get rid of your wife if you needed it. I mean, if he could get rid of Whiteside, he can get rid of your wife. If he can get rid of Dion Waiters, he can get rid of your wife. If you want to get rid of your husband, Pat Riley will convince him to leave. Okay? I'm telling you. Pat Riley has a gift that I think it's Jedi mind tricks. He calls the GM on the other side and says, you will take Hassan Whiteside. You will take Dion Waiters. James Johnson, not a problem. Don't worry. Just keep him away from the drive-thrus. I will keep him away from the drive-thrus. I don't know, whatever it is. But Riley does something that, because I got to tell you something. If I was a GM in sports, I see my caller ID says Pat Riley. I'm like, no, dude, I'm not answering that. I'm not getting bamboozled. Not doing that. I see the phone, it says Belichick. No, dude, I'm not answering that. No. No, you deal with these guys, you always end up on the short end of the stick. And I know there's like these fanatical fans out there that might hear this. Oh, don't say that. People might pick up on it. But anyway, it's been going on for decades, bro. It doesn't change. But I tell you, Riley's gift is beautiful. I mean, it really is how he is able to tell people, just take this guy. It's good for you.
I was thinking about this. So usually when you get something, you normally have to give up something.
Yes.
What did we give up?
Nothing.
I was thinking about, like, look at what we got, and we didn't give them nothing.
They actually, they're convinced that Justice Winslow is going to be a really good asset for them.
If he's on the court, the guy is an asset. But
definitely.
The problem is,
he's never
when
on
you
the
don't
court.
show up even 50% of the time, man, we can't get 41 games out of 82, and he doesn't even reach 41. Man, you're zero.
He's missed close to like 150 games already in his career. It's like 130-something, 140 or something. It's something ridiculous. And it's a short career. It's not like he's been in the league, 10, 15 years. You missed that many games in 10, 15 years? Okay. All right. In 4? 5? No, man, no. We can't do that. It was time to move on. But I got to tell you, Riley's Jedi mind tricks, they are absolutely phenomenal. Definitely, man. That you want that teacher to maybe not show up this day because you have a test and you're not ready. Call Riley. He'll convince her not to show up at work, and then the sub will come in and he'll buy you another day so you can study. I mean, Riley's gift can be used in so many different ways. Then again, you know what? Riley should go and have seminars and teach people that Jedi mind trick. I mean, there's something to it. And the best part is Memphis acquires Dion and says, hey, Dion, don't bother showing up. We'll just buy your ass out. Don't worry about it. We don't want your cancerous ass around our young players. I mean, they didn't tell him exactly in those words, but they kind of meant it that way. You know what I'm saying? And I got to tell you, I personally am happy that they're not actually allowing Dion Waiters on the Memphis team because as a fantasy basketball geek, I own John Morant. And so I have him for 2 more years on my fantasy team. And I don't want Dion Waiters around John Morant because, you know, he's been pretty good for me. And I got him for 2 more years. What I can't have is any more injuries. Damn it. I need to get healthy now, get on a final run here, get in the playoffs and kick everybody's ass. Damn it. My team gets healthy now. Oh, when Christian Wood will be sporting Wood. 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. Proud sponsors, Nunez Law, 786-322-1105 if you want to get in. What do we got here on the chat board? EM Dolphin says, what's good, bro? Life is good, my man. Let's see. Sneak Attack 305 says, Big O, Giannis loves the WWE. We need Riley to tell The Rock and Vince McMahon to be a part of the meeting when Giannis comes to visit here, or whoever is Giannis's favorite wrestler, let's get the freak. All right? All right? I didn't know that. I didn't know he was into wrestling.
Yeah, there's a bunch of videos before a game, them in the hallway.
Oh, that's right.
And messing around.
That's right. I saw it with Lopez, yes.
Exactly.
I saw that, yes.
The, fingers, boom, to the forehead.
Yes. I saw that. I remember that. I am not the wrestling guy. Just never been the wrestling guy. Man of 1,005 Hold says, good morning, Big O and Bill. Thank you, sir. Go Gators, also saying good morning.
The time you interviewed a wrestler, you ended up talking about music for a half an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we never talked about wrestling. Dougie Fresh, I'm glad that Don Ho got his shirt back from you. Tiny bubbles. You didn't like my shirt yesterday? By the way, for those of you that are, picking on my shirt, my daughter gave me that shirt, okay? So you're picking on a present that my daughter gave me, all right? And that was a lucky shirt because the day I had yesterday was one of the better days I've had in the last two years, yeah. It might be the best day outside of the 5 days in Paris with the wife. Actually, yesterday. Yeah, I would have to say that. Because something happened to me that's, you'll eventually find out about it, but it's really, really awesome. So, very blessed. So, yes. So, it was a lucky shirt for me. I told my daughter, I said, man, I had several things happen to me today, and one huge one, and it was your shirt. She goes, it had nothing to do with shirt. Stop BSing me. But I tried to convince her it was the shirt. Hey, Minka was complaining about his role with Pittsburgh. Oh, yes, I read that Pro Football Talk article. I don't know how many of you saw this. Let me see if I have it here. I can pull it up and talk a little bit about it. I read it this morning, and I was kind of like, really, dude, that you're going to come up with that now? And for those of you that don't know about this, Minka Fitzpatrick wants to be a moving piece on the chessboard in 2020. Like what the Dolphins wanted to do with him here? Like move him around? And sometimes, you're going to play safety and all that. Well, Minka apparently was not happy with the second half production in Pittsburgh because quarterbacks knew where he was going to be at, so he didn't have as many interceptions. So Minka's production soared after being traded from the Dolphins to the Steelers last season. And one of the reasons cited for that change was that he was used in the Pittsburgh defense the way he's supposed to, right? But after moving around the secondary throughout his time in Miami, Fitzpatrick was being used solely at free safety by the Steelers, and he turned in 5 interceptions in his first 7 games with the team. That seemed to suit him well, as Fitzpatrick was vocal about his dislike for the role in Miami. Fitzpatrick's impact was less pronounced over the back half of time in Pittsburgh, and he thinks part of the reason was quarterbacks were able to avoid him because they knew where he would be on the field. As a result, he'd like to reincorporate some of the movement that was taken off the table last year. I don't want to see that drop off via Brooke Pryor from ESPN. You know what I'm saying? I want to continue to have the impact on my team and have an impact on the games, because it's no fun when you're in a critical moment and you can't do nothing about it. When you move around and you're moving piece on the chessboard, it's hard to defend you, and you just can't say, all right, the quarterback is going to look at me and say he's going to be in this spot every snap like I was last year. It's going to be harder, and it's going to be a move more difficult to make out of a game. All right, Minkah, first of all, you little bitch, okay? Because that's what it is. He's Minkah bitch. All right? That's what we're going to call him now, Minkah bitch. Minkah bitch Fitzpatrick. All right, so let me Minkah, do you know what you're saying there, right? I just let me explain to you, okay? Can you check for me there, Bill, how many games the Pittsburgh Steelers won? I believe it was 7 or 8, right? Because they didn't make the playoffs, right? I want to say they fell short of the playoffs. Or no, wait a minute. I think they miid have made the playoffs and got eliminated in the first round.
No, Tennessee was the one that got in
so
on that 6th spot.
On that 6th spot. So tell me what they had. What did they have? 8 wins, I think it was, and they were out.
I think that's the number. I'll confirm it. Give me 1 second.
All right. So let me explain something, because I want to explain something to you here, and to Minkah bitch. Okay, because Minkah bitch just actually.
Winner, chicken dinner, 8-8.
All right, so let me explain to Minkah bitch something, all right? It's way more impressive and a much better job of coaching winning 5 games with the Dolphins than 8 games with the Steelers. Do you understand that, Minkah bitch? I'm just saying, Minkah bitch. I don't know if you know that. So just to let's, speed it up a little bit here on the conversation. The coaching staff for the Dolphins is smarter than the coaching staff for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because the coaching staff for the Dolphins said, well, we're better off moving you around. Now you're saying you're better off moving around. So what you're saying is the Dolphin coaches are smarter and they knew exactly what to do with you, Minkah bitch. But you ended up wanting to bitch and get mommy involved. Now he had to get mommy involved. So I'm wondering, for those of you out there that were so butthurt about Minkah bitch leaving the team, the Dolphins should have done everything to make him happy. And so how do you feel now about Minkah bitch? Because it sounds to me like Minkah bitch complains about everything. That's what it sounds like to me. Here's a guy that's going to complain about lunch and dinner and breakfast. He's going to complain about where he's parked. He's going to complain about this. He's going to complain about that. And he's going to get mom involved. I mean, really. So Minkah bitch now wants to be moved around. That's fantastic. That's just awesome. And I'm glad, because even the negative people out there against the Dolphins, I don't know. This sounds to me like this is more ammo that the Dolphins were right. It was a brutal decision. You didn't get your pick is a little lower than it was for when you picked Minkah. It is what it is. You deal with it. But I'll tell you this. If a woman doesn't want to be with me, then you can haul ass. Get the hell out of here, bitch. I don't need you. All right? That's all. Pretty simple. Hey, man, I was at a place 6 months ago where I said, I'm out of here, bro. Screw you. I'm done. You know, I don't want to be around people that are the wrong people to be around. You know what I mean? I have no interest in that. Life is way too short, man. I got better things to do, and we're already doing them. So this to me is way more ammo that the Dolphins were right in dealing Minkah bitch.
You know, I have this sound there, like, of him. I love being in the slot. It's more of a challenge.
Right.
Blah, blah, you know, running. It's
Go ahead, play it.
You're full of it.
Play Minkah bitch, because Minkah bitch doesn't even know what he wants. Typical millennial.
I did a lot in college. I did a lot last year. I'm comfortable there. A lot of experience there. I think that's what gives a good edge in going out there and competing. You know, I just love doing that. You're going to get some of the best guys in the slot, some of the fastest, quickest guys in the slot.
Looking deep for Hollywood Brown again. He's got it. Brown off to the races, and he stays on his feet. Touchdown.
There you go. There you go, Minkah bitch.
I totally believe that after that, the Raven New England games, that's why he left.
He
was getting exposed.
I will be rooting against this guy on every single down for the rest of his career. Okay? I look forward to watching him get burned every single time whenever it happens. I don't care what kind of a player he is. I don't care how good he is. Nothing. I will be hoping for the worst for Minkah bitch. Okay? That's all. I don't have time for this, bro. And I'm glad the Dolphins got rid of his ass. The Dolphins will be a better team down the line. They will get the players that want to be here. And they got a front office. They'll find more guys. And maybe they'll find guys that won't bitch Minkah. Just terrible. Now he wants to move around. What a phony-ass piece of crap. Let's see. Dougie Fresh goes, oh, damn, sorry. We kid because we love. Oh, dude, Dougie, don't take it serious, bro. My daughter giving me the shirt, bro. It's all right. It's all good. I'm just having fun with it. Pat and Andy did it again. Yes, they did. Minkah just didn't want to be here. Obviously. Just say I quit. He went and hid behind his mommy. Yeah, I know. That's the weakest part. When your mom is out there talking for you, that's so embarrassing, bro. So embarrassing. Let's see. AKW Beat says, thank you. I couldn't have said it better. You are welcome, sir. Ty says, gone. Good riddance. Exactly. Minkah might get his mommy, John Santos says. Let's go. What else do we have here? Hey, he was bragging about versatility when he was trying to get drafted, complained about it here, and is unhappy in Pittsburgh. He's a Minkah bitch. That's all. Minkah is great, but I'm definitely looking towards you and Bill's trip to the Combine in Indy for the Jordan Love show. You're a trip, dude. Yes. We are looking forward to it too, man. We are looking forward to the Combine trip and having some fun out there in Indianapolis, man. That's going to be a lot of fun out in Indy.
I'm looking forward to it. I've only ridden by it, you know. Hey, there it is. Okay, we continue south from Chicago.
Oh, I see.
Done that a couple times.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't check because I know there's no concerts those days in Indy. But I should check Chicago because it's not that far of a drive. I want to say it's like 2 hours, right? Is it?
Yeah, it might be a little bit more.
3?
Yeah, I'm trying to think when we left. It's probably, no, it's longer than that because Indy was nighttime.
Google Indy to Chicago. See what it says.
If I had to guess, I would say it's about 3 to 5 hours.
Oh, no, 5 I'm not doing. But 2 to 3 if it's a really good band, maybe. Maybe. Now, if it's snowing, that's the part that you just, you can't do that because then you're just putting your life at risk. That's not fun. The life at risk stuff, that's kind of where I draw the line to go see, some music. Like, hey, your life is on the line. Yeah, we'll pass. We'll see them next time. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Minka Bitch is the man.
You know what? You say that now, man, but if there's some incredible blah, whatever, U2's doing Joshua Tree
that's U2.
And Unforgettable Fire in its entirety.
No, I'll fly over there. I'll fly over there. That's what I'll do. Okay? Can't be an expensive flight. You know what I'm saying?
Iron Maiden's doing Number of the Beast and Peace of Mind.
Yes. Definitely. All right, so let's do this. Let's wrap up. We got hour number 1. We're out here at Craig's Inn where they've got some great deals on 2020 models, some fantastic lease features. So come on out here. The ILX 209, the TLX 249, the RDX 339, the MDX 349, only $29.99 do it signing, plus tax tag and registration, folks. And you got to check out the fleet of certified pre-owned vehicles and the used cars, baby. All makes, all models to fit all kinds of budgets. We're parked right here in front of the pre-owned cars, and they look like they're brand new. That's why I want you to get on out here. The selection is amazing. Hundreds of cars, so you can pick the car you want, the color you want, the style you want, the model you want, but more importantly, the price you want at Craig's Inn's Acura of Pembroke Pines.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Act now. Home values are ticking up. Don't put off making a move any longer. Call Michael Kodsey now at Choice Mortgage Bank, 561-441-2730, while mortgage interest rates are still at historical lows. Call now to get pre-approved and buy your dream home. If you're currently paying over $800 a month for rent, call 561-441-2730 now before interest rates go up. Down payments as low as 3.5%. Veterans may qualify for no money down. If you own a home, but you're upside down, Michael Kodsey can help. If you're being denied by your bank or your loan process is taking too long, call 561-441-2730. Act now while fixed rates are still under 3.5%. Offices in Boca and Boynton Beach. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS 122081.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Headlining the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
We are back. Hour number 2 from the beautiful dealership that is Craig Zinn's, Acura, Pembroke Pines. Every Friday, you can catch us out here every single morning. And we are out here always having fun, where they've got some great deals on automobiles. So come on out
and
here.
like you were saying, these used cars, you can't tell the difference when a new one parks. Yeah, they look like a new car.
Certified pre-owned, okay? Not even a used car. They are certified pre-owned, young man. And
sorry, they look like brand new cars. Forget certified.
That's what
they look like new.
That's the idea, certified pre-owned, because they tell you that it's all it's all on the up and up, as they say. Anyway, we will take you for another hour out here if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in, we got plenty to talk about. The Panthers, by the way, last night, 7-2. Wow, Bob got lit up like a Christmas tree, man. Holy crap. The Golden Knights just crushed them. 4 goals in the third period. I know they've played well as of late, and they've beaten a bunch of mediocre teams. They got a couple of real quality wins, but not as many in that stretch. And even how they've played some of those games, it's just I hate to say it, because I know how it is, because I've done this for so long. I'm going to be looked at like, oh, you're negative. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just calling it like I see it. You're going to break this team up at the end of the year. That's just what's going to happen. This is not a mentally tough team. They're not, and they're not good on defense. They're just not on defense. My Lord, do they need to revamp it, man. We can say whatever we want about Bob, but there are, like the other night when he was phenomenal, and then you don't score anything, and there's the one goal in overtime, and you're cooked. And it sucks.
Last night, no heart. We're down 1-0, we get even. Down 2-1, we get even. 3-2. And the thing was, we had just got through the penalty kill, all that, right?
Yeah.
And we have a dumb, too many men on the ice.
Right.
We killed that one. And to start the third period, within 30 seconds,
right
they
away.
score.
Yeah.
It's like it took and after they went up 3-2, that was it. We disappeared. We crumbled.
And they had that 4-minute
the 4-minute major, the double minor.
Yeah.
And couldn't do nothing.
I know. And they're good at that. They score on power plays. Okay.
I think.
I
think we were 3 or 4, but I think we're at 6 right now.
Whatever, but they're one of the best.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't buy the team. I don't buy it at all. I love them. I root for them and all that good stuff. I want them to go deep into the playoffs and all that, but I don't see a team that is going deep into the playoffs with the Panthers. I just don't see it.
Last night, the finesse we play, they're physical. They're the number 1 hitting team
they're big.
In the NHL.
They're physical. They're
Do you think that they
team.
just beat it out of us, or will beat it out of us?
Well, because the Panthers aren't a physical team, and they can't get physical with teams. They can get feisty every once in a while. Feisty. Not physical. They're not. They're not physical. And so that's the one thing that, I love the Panthers. I watch them religiously. I root for them. I promote them as much as I can. There's no doubt we bring people on. We talk Panthers. Look, we're talking Panthers now, but I have to be honest. This is not a team going anywhere. It does not have, I don't believe, the kind of talent it needs. Maybe it can sneak into the playoffs, but they're not going to make an impact in the playoffs. Can I say something that might be a little blasphemous? Barkov can't be your best player. Barkov has to be your second best player. Barkov can't be the number 1 player on your team. The number 1 player on your team has to play like Giannis Antetokounmpo with this killer desperation every single night, like Ovechkin plays and those kind of guys. It has to be a guy that's super aggressive. And Barkov is great, but he's not the guy that is hell-bent on taking over a game. He lets his talent flow, and it's good enough to be a really good player. One of the, four best two-way players in the game. But still, man, it's not the guy that you need to build around. He needs to be the second guy. And one of the things that I've talked about, they still need it. I thought they didn't need that sniper anymore. They need that guy, man. They need that guy that is just a complete freak. Because then maybe that would lift everybody else up. But they don't have that. Barkov's kind of he's a calm, cool customer. He's an awesome player. Don't get me wrong. I don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say. Okay? But he is not the guy to be the pinnacle of your team. He's super important, but he has to be the number 2 guy.
I will say last night that Trocheck goal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The way he went around the goalie.
Yes. Yeah, Trocheck, I mean, they've got some good players on there. But there's not enough physicality, and I don't believe there's that one guy that really is super nasty. That, really scares the crap out of you. They come at you at waves, all kinds of guys scoring. And they're awesome at scoring. Except on the nights where they don't get any, where they're not allowing any goals. Anyway, it's going to be a rough one. They got Pittsburgh tomorrow, and we'll see what they do with Sidney Crosby and company. We'll find out with the. It
almost sounds like you're thinking we're not going to make it.
No, yeah, they'll make. I think they'll barely make the playoffs, but they're going to get bounced. That's what I'm saying. That whether they make
sneaking in 8.
Yeah, which is crap. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. This team making the playoffs is not impressive for me. That's not why you brought Quenneville and Bobrovsky here, and that's not why these guys have developed. They haven't developed to be a first-round exit. And whether they don't make the playoffs or they make a first-round exit, it's the same crap for me. It means nothing whatsoever. Okay? And look how good the Eastern Conference is. It's another thing. They're not anywhere near those, top, I want to say 4. Let me pull up the standings, but I want to say, the top 4. Panthers are nowhere near those kind of teams, man. At all. Not even close.
When everybody talks about the East, it's the big 4.
Yeah.
And it's Washington, Tampa, Pittsburgh, Boston. Those are the big 4.
I think those are the ones I'm thinking of. I want to pull up the standings to make sure. I think you nailed it. We're nowhere near those teams at all. And so, to me, that's kind of what this season was about when you bring that guy in. It's to get to that point. And no, I just don't see it. Not at all. So that to me is the bigger problem with them. Yeah, Bruins, Washington, Tampa, and Pittsburgh. You are correct. Yeah, when we get to the Islanders, the Blue Jackets, the Hurricanes, the Flyers, that's the top 8. The Panthers are at 9 now with the loss yesterday. So they are out of the playoff race at this point in time.
Sick thought. We didn't even mention the Blue Jackets.
No,
they have 23 points in their last 25 games.
Yeah.
That's kicking butt.
Yeah. And Tampa also started slow, and then they picked it up too. And they're playing really good hockey now. But, yeah, Bruins, Capitals, Lightning, and Penguins, Panthers aren't there. They're not there. I mean, here's the thing. How long are you going to wait for these guys to become that team? That's why I don't think they'll ever become that team. That's why I think you're going to have to make drastic changes at the end of the year with the Panthers. I really think that's what's coming. Because it's just kind of it's a fluff year, like I told you. This is a year that means nothing. If you barely get in the playoffs and just get bounced in the first round or don't make the playoffs, it's exactly the same thing for me. It means nothing. And I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed that you have all that money spent on the goaltender, the head coach, and all those young guys, and you can't get out of the first round. That doesn't impress me. It shouldn't impress anybody out there. 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in. Hey, don't forget that Pallet Rack City is one of our top sponsors here on the program, a great sponsor. If you own a warehouse and you want to get that warehouse straightened out and it's a mess, and maybe you got boxes stacked on top of boxes, and, you know, the way you organize things is you get some racks, man, because there's nothing like a great rack. Don't you love a great rack? That's why you want to go to Pallet Rack City. Call Eddie Pineda right now, 305-887-9212. Tell them that Big O sent you. They will help you out, I promise you. Pallet Rack City, your one-stop shop for all your warehouse needs. They sell used forklifts and dock equipment, and they specialize in knockdowns and installations of your warehouse equipment, so they will take care of it all for you. Again, 305-887-9212 for Pallet Rack City.
Plus tax, tech title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit. Plus tax, tech title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit. Offers end 11/10/19. Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $12,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SCT, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Act now. Home values are ticking up. Don't put off making a move any longer. Call Michael Kodsey now at Choice Mortgage Bank, 561-441-2730, while mortgage interest rates are still at historical lows. Call now to get pre-approved and buy your dream home. If you're currently paying over $800 a month for rent, call 561-441-2730 now before interest rates go up. Down payments as low as 3.5%. Veterans may qualify for no money down. If you own a home, but you're upside down, Michael Kodsey can help. If you're being denied by your bank or your loan process is taking too long, call 561-441-2730. Act now while fixed rates are still under 3.5%. Offices in Boca and Boynton Beach. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS 122081.
Metallica, headlining the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. Go to welcometorocktillfestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All righty, welcome back.
This is the Big O Show.
I need a little break there for my voice. Anyway, we're going to take you till about 11 here, and then we will go over to Hialeah Park. We'll be out there from 1 to 4, as always. Got a bunch of guests for you there, too. Will Carroll, first of all, Sekou Smith is from NBA TV. Sekou Smith is going to join us at 1:30, so we'll get his thoughts on the Heat trade and all the other trades that went on in the NBA At 2:30, Will Carroll, the injury expert, will ask him about Butler's shoulder. Remember, Butler is doubtful today with that shoulder injury. So we'll get into that injury and any other important injury going on in the world of sports. Steve Calabro, the Hialeah Park manager, is going to join us. So I'm thinking, what spreads are we going to pick? So I think we're going to go XFL this afternoon.
Seriously?
Yes. I have a real interesting idea how I'm going to attack the first weekend of the XFL.
You're going to drop back and punt?
Yeah, maybe. Kind of. Could be. And, of course, we'll have our weekly Dolphin president at 3:30, which is always cool to do that. The other subject that went on yesterday, and it broke yesterday morning, but we really didn't get too much into it. We kind of just talked about it in passing, that Xavier Howard, the charges were dropped. And, you know, when you look at this situation, here's the part that we all have to understand about Xavier Howard's charges being dropped and where the reality of all of this, okay? Now, let me read the story for you a little bit here so we could kind of walk you through what I want to get to. It says Broward County prosecutors have dropped the month-old domestic violence case against Xavier Howard after the alleged victim, his fiancée, told authorities she no longer wants to proceed with prosecution. The county's state attorney's office said on Thursday. Now, the case was dismissed during a hearing in criminal court on Thursday morning. Howard's attorney, Michael Greco, had no further comment. Howard has been accused of pushing his fiancée into a glass wall at their Davie home during a heated argument about a purse on December 29th. Cops charged them with battery. Now, a 911 call released this week captured the alleged victim telling dispatchers that this was not the first time such behavior occurred. My fiancé continues to think that he could just push me, throw me into a wall without me doing nothing just because of who he is, the woman says. But it's kind of getting to a point that it's just like it's getting physical. And according to the arrest report, Howard, the father of the woman's 3 children, grabbed both her arms, pushed her back up against the mirrored glass wall in the hallway of their bedroom. Howard then let her go, causing her to fall to the floor on her right arm, landing on his medical-assisted walking crutch, which was on the floor. Howard, a 2018 Pro Bowler at the time, was using it to get around season-ending knee injury. His fiancée had visible scratches, redness on her wrist and forearm, and redness of an abrasion on her right elbow from falling on the crutches, police said at the time. However, she and her attorney met with Broward prosecutors this week and asked them to drop the case and sign an affidavit of non-prosecution. She also stated that it was a situation that got out of hand, and she has no fear of the defendant and no fear for her safety. There were no other witnesses to the incident, and our prosecutor said they were unable to proceed without testimony from the alleged victim. Okay? So the NFL is still investigating, but again, it's going to be hard for the NFL if there's no witness and nobody to corroborate the story and say. Now, all of this is disturbing at every level. Okay? Don't kid yourself and don't put yourself in some shell and don't be a blind-ass fan or an idiot or a moron and think this is nothing. This is extremely serious. This is a huge problem. And you must admit this, because I'll say it. Because I usually say things that a lot of you are thinking. I usually say things that most people don't have the guts to say. When you read that story, when you read the incident, and you think about that relationship, you only think it's going to get worse. And that eventually this situation is going to happen again, if it hasn't happened already since then. How many times do we see the battered woman drop the charges? How many times do we see the person that is battering the other person continue to commit the alleged crime. It happens more often than not. In fact, it's usually slim that this abuse doesn't stop. Okay? Usually this abuse will continue, and it'll happen again, and there'll be another incident, and Xavier Howard will then be suspended, and then the Dolphins will have to cut him at that point. I'm not telling you to cut Xavier Howard now. I'm not telling you that Xavier Howard is guaranteed guilty from here on out and that he's going to do it again and again and again and again. All I'm telling you is that when I read this, when I hear about these kind of situations, I think it usually never ends. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is one of the few cases where they finally, Xavier finally grew up and figured it out and said, you know what, I'm not going to do any more scumbag things. Because make no mistake, hitting a woman is a scumbag thing to do. You are a freaking lowlife if you're beating your woman. And if you're doing what he did over a purse, are you kidding me? Come on. There's no place for that anywhere. I always wonder when I hear about these situations, where are her parents and brothers or whatever? I know X is a football player, but I got to tell you something. If that's my daughter and X does that, I guarantee you he'll never play football again. Okay?
I'll go with you.
No, I guarantee you Xavier Howard will never play football again. He'll meet my friend Louisville, and he thinks he has a knee problem now. The knee problems he's going to have, he's going to look, you know what, I was going to say something that is old. But then again, how am I going to do any, remember the golfer in Carol Burnett on his knees? What's his name? Tim Conway? I forgot the name of that he would be that character.
The little skit.
Yeah, that skit. Because his ass would be walking around in stumps. Okay? I always wonder about that. Like these guys that are beating on these, where are their loved ones? Because I would have to be arrested. I'm telling you. There's no way anyone is stopping me from, for sure, I'm telling you. He thinks what he thinks he did to his fiance would be a joke what I would do to Xavier Howard. Anybody that would hit my daughter, you're done, bro. You're done. That's the part I never understand about all of this. So let me tell you something about Xavier Howard. This is a situation that's really disturbing. Okay, and disgusting at every level. Because I believe he's guilty. I believe she's just another one of these battered women that protect the guy because it's their free ride and all that stuff and everything that goes on. Or she's sacrificing for the kids and all that stuff because the women sometimes that are battered, they're thinking about their kids and all that, and they take the abuse for the kids and all. I mean, it's a vicious cycle, and it's terrible. But this is something that if I'm the Dolphins, man, I am concerned as hell. Because now we're finding out about demons that guy lives with. And those demons are becoming public now. So this is a problem. And if I'm the Dolphins, when the draft rolls around, I'm not drafting one. I'm drafting a couple corners. Yeah. I got to draft a couple of corners. And at least one real corner, like a really high in the draft this year. And if you get another one later on in the draft because you got 14. But the following year, I'm taking another one high in the draft. Because of this. You have to be concerned. Plus, he's had a couple of knee injuries too. Where he's had a couple of scopes. But that's the thing about this, that do not look at this and sweep it under the rug and think it's no big deal. This is a huge deal. Okay? She's telling the dispatcher that this goes on often. And when you see, obviously she had the bruises and all that other stuff, and then she's not going to press charges, that's him begging, that's him, convincing her that he's not going to do it again and that he's a changed man and yada, 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 and all that stuff. Which, of course, we can never believe abusers. Unfortunately. That's just the way. And you know what? Here's the problem with domestic abuse. Nobody gets a break. And I'm talking about the person that's abusing. That person doesn't get a break, and that person doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Do you know why we cannot give an abuser the benefit of the doubt? Because somebody's life is on the line. That's why. There's a woman in the middle of all of this. There are 3 kids in all of this. And I don't know if the beating goes down to the kids or not. But I tell you, this looks like a situation to me that Xavier Howard is guilty and got away with it like a lot of abusers get away with it because the other person does not prosecute early on, does not press charges. And sometimes they end up pressing, or by the time we get to the point of pressing charges, it's too late. This is a really scary situation. And if I'm the Dolphins, I'm really nervous about Xavier Howard and his future.
Would it surprise you if the Dolphins didn't look to deal him, man,
no.
because of this?
Yes, it would, only because they just gave him a contract a year ago, and the cap hit would be brutal. And although they could absorb the cap hit right now because they have the space. But I don't think they'll do it now because it's fresh off the charges. So they'll wait a year for him to build his value back up again. He stays away from trouble in the next year. I can see him getting dealt next offseason, especially if he stays away from trouble, has a good year, and they drafted one that came through this past season. So if they draft somebody in April that becomes the guy opposite of X next year, then they go, okay, we could draft another one in the next draft. Let's get rid of Howard now. He's been out of trouble for a year. We might be able to move him. We'll take the cap hit. So, yes, I would be surprised now. But next offseason, I would not be surprised if Xavier Howard is moved.
If I'm the Dolphins, I come to him and I say, hey, man, this is the situation. Listen to what's heard. It's out there. You need to get counseling. Like, you got to go to counseling.
I'm sure
and
it's
just
already
see
part
how
of it.
and see how his reaction is. See how he does that. And I would base it on what he does and his reaction to counseling.
All I know is this is a really serious situation, and it should not be taken lightly. And you should not look at it like this is a fluke thing, and this happens. This is an ugly situation, and it could get worse for the Miami Dolphins if this kid doesn't figure it out. It's a shame because we don't really know these people. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. We really never know these people. You doing all right, Michael? Good. It just disturbing. Oh, I lived in D.C. for a while. Every time Ovechkin had the puck, it was different than everyone else. Ferocious and an artist. Right? Yeah, I'm with you. The Panthers last night looked slow and lethargic. Their defense was atrocious. Golden Knights were flying by our defense. Let's see. What else do we have here? Michael Garcia says, love me a good rack. We all do. What up, Big O? How about the Heat? We talked about the Heat, Michael. You got to tune in earlier or listen to the podcast. But it was a beautiful thing what the Heat did last night. It was pretty much all Heat in the first hour. A lot of Heat. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, you're forgetting Xavier has durability problems. No, I mentioned his knees. I got it in there. Definitely. But I got to tell you something. That's not my concern that much. I'm not worried that much about a couple scopes. That's just like that's an icing on the cake, a caveat to the problem. You know, but the real problem is domestic violence. That's terrible. It's disgusting. I can't have any respect for any man that hits a woman. Okay? You beat on animals, kids, or women, and for me, my brother, I have no forgiveness for you. Okay? None. I say it all the time. We can say sorry to each other about a bunch of things. There are some things that sorry don't fix. And I don't believe that you beat a woman and then you tell her you're sorry. No, bro. What the hell is that? You beat your child and then you're going to say you're sorry? No. You're not supposed to do that at all. You're not supposed to think it. It's not supposed to even cross your mind. That's the way I look at it. I don't have any tolerance for that kind of stuff at all. It would be really difficult for me to own a pro sports team. Because I swear I would walk into that locker room and I'd look at all those men in their eyes and I say, man, let me tell you guys something. If you guys, I hear that you laid a finger on a woman, on a child, or an animal, I'm kicking your ass out of here. I don't want anything to do with your disgusting self. And I would say it just like that. And I would look at all of them in the eye and I'd say, I just want you to know that the second I find that out, I think you're the lowest piece of S there is on the planet. So I won't want you here, part of this family or anybody else. Because I don't believe that any man, a real man, has to do that. Ever. That's not something you ever resort to. And when you do that, it tells me that there's something wrong with you. That you can't handle certain things. It's bad, man. And so don't underestimate this Xavier Howard situation.
You know, it's kind of disgusting, though. We know how serious the state now takes this domestic violence situation. They don't mess around. They take you into custody if there's any question, you know what I mean? And
right.
A lot of times, both of them, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he's a football player, the fact that he has money, the fact like that this is being swept under the carpet, man.
Right.
And you have the recording of her saying this has happened before.
They can't.
This is disgusting.
It's the law. You can't do anything without the witness. That's just the way it is. It's always been that way.
You know what? They need to change it. Look, we have a recording. We don't need the witness. We have a recording.
It could be a lie. The recording could be a lie.
That's true.
So you never know. Yeah. Not that she went and beat herself up, because that's also possible that she banged herself all over the place.
Well, they specified, the cop on the scene specified that he saw smears on the mirror.
It happened. Of course it happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's never gone out of his way to say, oh, no, she slammed herself. And he never said any of that. He's never said any of that. He's actually not said anything, which, of course, is pretty much you're guilty. Again, he got lucky, like a lot of abusers get lucky. A lot of these guys that are abusing women, they get lucky because the woman restrains and the woman does not go after him. And it's terrible. It's terrible. You have to go after him. You can never, ever forgive that. That's the way I look at it. I'm sorry if it sounds cold and cruel to some of you out there, but I just don't have tolerance for that. All right, 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. Let me tell you a little bit about Moody S. Dental. We love talking about Eric and the great people at Moody S. Dental. The family has done an awesome job. Let me tell you, man, Invisaligns, implants. Why don't you get a great smile for 2020? Call them right now, 305-821-0231. Root canals, you want to get a crown, you want to fill a cavity, clean your teeth, state-of-the-art equipment. The service is second to none. The people are just absolutely awesome. They really handle you with kid gloves. And the other thing is, I tell you, I haven't had really any pain or discomfort when I go to the dentist. So it's also great dentistry, too, at the same time. Call them right now. Make your appointment. Get those teeth, looking better for 2020. 305-821-0231. You guys know that I would never, ever tell you to go use a sponsor that I wouldn't use myself. And you got to follow them on Instagram, on Facebook, at Moodius Dental, and go to the website, moodiusdental.com.
Plus tax, tech title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit. Offers end 11/10/19.
Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used.
50% less.
A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $12,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SCT, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Act now. Home values are ticking up. Don't put off making a move any longer. Call Michael Kodsey now at Choice Mortgage Bank, 561-441-2730, while mortgage interest rates are still at historical lows. Call now to get pre-approved and buy your dream home. If you're currently paying over $800 a month for rent, call 561-441-2730 now before interest rates go up. Down payments as low as 3.5%. Veterans may qualify for no money down. If you own a home, but you're upside down, Michael Kodsey can help. If you're being denied by your bank or your loan process is taking too long, call 561-441-2730. Act now while fixed rates are still under 3.5%. Offices in Boca and Boynton Beach. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS 122081.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Headlining the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com.
This is the Big O Show. 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 is the Big O Show.
All righty.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
We are ready.
This is the Big O Show.
You know, I saw this story, and I found it pretty amazing. You know, yesterday we were talking about the Stones. They have a North American tour coming, and they're coming to the Tampa area. It is, I forgot what date. I didn't write it down there. But anyway, that was yesterday. You can listen to the podcast. It was there.
By the way, Mick and the boys said, Keith, we're going to just have a cardboard cutout of you up on stage. We're going to keep your money this year.
Well, I don't know if you heard about this, but the legend, Keith Richards, has revealed he has finally stopped smoking. No more cigarettes for him.
Cigarettes.
Yep.
Okay, he's smoking the other stuff.
A year after ditching nicotine, he says, was harder than quitting heroin. In a new interview with 104.3 in New York, Jim Kerr Richards, with New York's Jim Kerr. Is that like Jim Kerr, like from Simple Minds? All right, anyway, Richards confirmed that he has not touched a cigarette since October of last year. Richards replied, done that, been there, when asked about his decision to quit smoking. He goes, I think both Mick and I felt that on the last tour we were just getting going, Richards says. We've got to continue this. Meanwhile, he barely plays in the show. The latest health kick comes from his first revealed plans to quit cigarettes in 2019, I meant. Quitting heroin is like hell, but it's a short hell. Cigarettes are just always there, and you've always done it. I just pick them up and light them up without thinking about it. Keith told Mojo. He says, lately, in fact, spread the news. I've managed to cut it down to a substantial amount every day. I've knocked the hard stuff on the head. I had a little wine with meals and a Guinness or a beer or two. He'll head back on the road this year, and there you go with all that stuff. So Keith Richards, see, here's the thing about Keith Richards stopping smoking. I think that's at this point, drugs and nicotine is what keeps him going. I think that his body is the kind of body that's absorbed all that bad stuff so much that I don't know. I don't know if Keith Richards would be able to live on kale.
This is like the glue that's keeping it stuck together and keeping him going.
Yeah, I think his body's now at this point like, no, dude, I need the heroin and I need the coke and I need the weed and I need the cigarettes and I need the alcohol and I need this. And it's kind of like that's how his body's been put together, bro.
I'll say this.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why he's playing less guitar now in the concerts, because there's no nicotine in his life.
On a serious note here, nicotine, they have classified it is as addictive as cocaine.
Terrible. Oh yeah.
Heroin, you name the addiction, it is up there and maybe even past them.
Yeah.
The other thing that's scary about the cigarettes, it's not just a physical. There's a mental addiction. You'll remember the commercial, the guy, hey, I'm going to have a cigarette, and he steals the moving truck from the guy to go, because you associate driving with smoking. After a meal, have a cigarette, have a beer, have a cigarette. So there's a double addiction. It is cigarettes.
No,
and
I know.
It took me a while, and actually the way I got away from it, I would hold a cigarette and just have it there, like not light it up, but just do that. It took me like about 3 or 4 months of doing that, and that was it. I was done. Well, but there was that weaning off thing. You need a helper to help you get off cigarettes.
Now more power to him that he quit. Just you look at that dude, and his body looks like a drug. He looks like he's just completely like the drugs have sucked the life out of his body. I mean, he looks kind of like The Walking Dead. Seriously.
He looks like the dude in the back seat of the Pacer in Wayne's World that's partied out.
I think really he also looks like one of the guys that sits right in the car with you in the haunted house. When you go by the mirrors and then you get your different ghosts sitting in there. I mean, Keith Richards looks like one of those ghosts. Seriously. But wow. He quit smoking now. It's amazing. I mean, his body, we have to find out what's in his DNA, because his DNA is the strongest DNA that exists ever. Whenever the good Lord, came up and created all of us, his strand is the toughest one of them all, because most of us, no, let me rephrase that. All of us would be dead already at this point if we lived the life that Keith Richards lived and has lived or is still living at this point. I mean, crazy. How old is he? I got to look it up now. Now I'm interested to see how old he is that he's quit, because he's been smoking probably since his teens. So that's a long, he's got to be 70-something, right? It's got to be somewhere at least I'm going to say at least 75. He's 76. So let's say he's smoking since he's 16. That's 60 years of smoking. Because, I mean, he's old enough that he's probably from that era that smoked cigarettes at a really young age. Man, I saw that and it was like, wow. I thought cigarettes would die before Keith Richards. Like, I thought like every cigarette company would go out of business before Keith Richards would die. And then Keith would be like Jones and like, hey, where are the cigarettes? There's no more cigarettes. Yeah, Keith, we don't make them anymore. What? That kind of stuff. I mean, that's probably been his diet his whole time. Because don't cigarette smokers, like, they can lose weight because they smoke cigarettes instead? That kind of stuff, which, wow, you're filling up your stomach with smoke.
Almost everybody that quits smoking gains weight. I know that I gained about 10 or 15 pounds, if you can imagine.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I got to tell you. So, well, there you go. Now we will expect a fat Keith Richards down the line. So, a fat Keith Richards, man. I wonder if he's going to at least smoke weed still. I wonder if he still does that. He's got to do something, right? I mean, it just he
said he quit smoking cigarettes.
Yes.
Did not say he quit smoking.
Yeah, probably not. He's probably still doing it. Oh, you're forgetting that. Oh, wait a minute. No, we can't say that on the air. What's wrong with you people? Anyway, 786.
Can't you PG-13 it?
Yeah. No,
Can
no,
you PG-13 it?
Yeah, no, you can. On the text line, you can't say those kind of things. 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, but don't say nasty things on that text line. You can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. That's another way to reach out to the program as we carry you till 11. Actually, we got a couple minutes left before we wrap it up here on the show, and we head out to Hialeah Park. At 1:30, Sekou Smith is going to join us, and then at 2:30, we're going to talk to Will Carroll, the injury expert. We'll have some fun with him. Steve Calabro, the Hialeah Park manager, casino manager, will join us at 3. And then, of course, our Dolphin president will stop by at 3:30. So we'll have some fun with him, and we'll get into a couple of subjects here. I got a couple of other things that I want to get into, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to get into some of this stuff. Oh, the one thing I did see, and this is in a disturbing story. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Kellen Winslow the second is facing up to 19 years in jail. Now, the problem I have with this story is, 18 years, okay? The problem I have with Kellen Winslow the second facing a maximum of 18 years is, why is Kellen Winslow only facing 18 years in jail? That part I don't get. Do you guys know what he's been charged with? Like, here we go. Let me see. According to the reporter here, from the San Diego County, Deputy District Attorney Dan Owens is seeking 8 years each for the 2 counts of rape and a year for felony sexual battery and another year for 2 misdemeanor sex crimes. And Winslow's pleaded guilty. The first 17 would be in prison. The final year of the misdemeanor crimes would be served in county jail. Now, this guy faces sentences of 12 to 18 years in prison in accordance with guilty pleas. Winslow is scheduled for a sentencing hearing in the case February 19th. Now, the thing is, when you look at the crimes that guy committed with those women, it's gross. And how they're only going for 18 years is, I think it's irresponsible, but I guess it's the law and they can only go for whatever is set for all of that.
Or they're trying to get something where they get a conviction. That's another thing. You know, instead of trying to go for 25 or 30, you bring it down here and you get the conviction.
No, I get it, but still, man, the crimes he did, there are 5 victims in the case. Besides the hitchhiker and the homeless woman and unconscious woman, a jury in June also convicted him of exposing himself to a woman down the street in 2018 in lewd conduct involving another woman at a local gym in February of 2019. Owens is asking for the 17 years in prison. But that's the thing, that you start to read about some of the things that he committed, and it's so disturbing. And then he continues to commit more and more crimes. And that's the part that I don't understand, that you can only go after 17 years for this guy. This guy needs to be in jail. The problem with Kellen Winslow II is once he serves 17 and gets out, he will commit more crimes again. That guy's not ever going to be right. There's nothing normal about that guy. That's the part I don't understand, that when I read all of this, this is all we're doing is you're putting him in jail for a certain amount of time, which, okay, well deserved, but he really should never, ever come out of jail. This is a guy that really should be away from society for the rest of his life.
If not in jail, institutionalized forever.
Yes, after you jail him and after he serves his jail, then you institutionalize him. This guy will never be right. And so the what I fear is in 18 years, there's going to be another victim. That's what I fear. It's a guy that committed rape and sexual assault and exposure, and I mean, just it's one after another, after another, after another. It's disgusting. This guy's, you know what's the worst thing about the Kellen Winslow II story? And here's where I'm going to get really, really, I guess, cruel with some of you out there, is Kellen Winslow Sr. You know, he's endured it all. He's been there for the whole trial, been, you know, like kind of defending his son at times when interviewed. And to me, when I see those kind of things, I don't know if I could do that if I was a father of a son like that. I know it's your child, but that's a monster. That's not a, to me, when I look at Kellen Winslow II, I see a monster. I don't see somebody that has any kind of qualities of humanity at all. And so how could I sympathize, even if I was his father? How could I sympathize with that? How do I want to be associated with that? How can I not be embarrassed that that's my offspring? And Kellen Winslow Sr., his life, wow. This has to have, this will eventually shorten his life.
We've seen it in the past, though, where parents say, we're sorry, but that is our son.
I know.
We're going to help him, try to get him help and stuff. But there's an admitting and being sorry and remorseful for what they got to, as a parent, can you imagine, like, the
Can't
Dahmer
imagine
parents,
this.
like, you
I can't
produce
imagine
this.
this.
You produce, and you called it right, man. He is a monster.
He's a monster. There's nothing human about that. That thing is a monster. That thing should not ever be out on the street. That's the way I look at people like that. Because there's no part in our society for people like that. And that's what I fear. That 17, 18 years from now, after he serves his crimes, we're going to have another victim or more than one. Because all this guy's going to do for 17 or 18 years is wait for that opportunity. That's what I fear the most. I don't know. You guys tell me how you feel about that situation. 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the show. Don't forget tomorrow, if you are going out to Marlins Fan Fest, we're going to be out there broadcasting live, having some fun. We'll be out there from 3 to a little bit after 6, and we'll have a good time. We'll have several players on. We'll have either Don Mattingly or Mike Hill will be on with us
Guess
tomorrow.
who my Yankee-ness wants on?
Oh, Mattingly, of course. Of course. So we will have that tomorrow for you. So we'll talk a little baseball in the afternoon. I don't know if I'll do a smaller podcast earlier with any news that breaks or anything like that. We do have the Heat and Kings tonight, so we might be able to talk about a little some. You know, I wonder if Jay Crowder will be with the team tonight. They certainly need him. I know obviously Jimmy looks, because it's doubtful, it doesn't look like he'll be there. There's no way Iguodala's playing. He could be on the bench, in a suit or something, joining the team already. I could see
Little support?
Yeah, I could see that because he's not playing anywhere, so he could just get on a plane and meet them in Sacramento and start, traveling and dealing with the team, and they could work. Or they could have sent him to Miami so he could start his conditioning and work out with the trainer there or something. That might be the case too, because they want to see where he's at. That might be. Or he could go to Sacramento and then work out there, and then they could see where he's at also. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to work it, but I do know this. I'm like almost 1,000% sure that Iguodala will not be playing tonight. But I'm wondering, will Jay Crowder play tonight?
With all the guys we got on the MASH unit, man, we could use a body.
I know. No, and he can play defense too.
We got 3, right?
Yeah.
3 out. Butler, Hero, and Meyer, right?
I don't know if is Hero for sure out. I'm not sure yet. Well, he was in a boot, right? So
Hero
maybe.
traveled with the team.
Yeah.
Meyer's the one that stayed home.
Right, Meyer stayed, but I don't know if Hero's out yet. That one, maybe there's a chance that Hero plays. I don't know. We'll see. But they did have his foot in a boot, so maybe they're trying to. Maybe they're just trying to stabilize and make sure they keep it, as healthy as possible. So it can heal as quick as possible. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you got that. So we'll see you tomorrow at Marlins Fan Fest. We will see you in a little while.
Relocation time.
We are headed over to Hialeah Park, baby. We'll be out there from 1 to 4, so we would love to see you out at Hialeah Park. Come on out and join us. We are wrapping it up here. We thank, of course, the great people out here of Larry Schlossberg and all the good folks. Remember, 2020 models, the ILX is 209, the TLX 249, the RDX 339, the MDX 349, only $29.99 do-it signing, plus tax tag and registration. Come see Larry Schlossberg and Michael Dugans and all the great people out here. They're going to take care of you, man, at Craig's Inns, Acura of Pembroke Pines. We'll see you at Hialeah Park at 1 o'clock.
2 hours. Later, guys.